Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. This week, very unique energy, very unique power that is available for all of us to connect, to awaken. And we would love to be on the same page. And what is available for us, what can be harnessed in this week, unlike many other or different other weeks or different period of time. So we learned that there is the human being, and there's the entire world, right? We find ourselves sometimes either so united, so connected to everything and everyone, and sometimes so isolated or so disconnected, The gift of knowing the unified connection between all of us is available this week. 1 week. The gift that is been installed, that is been downloaded to our universe, to our reality now in this week, it's a gift of unity. It's the gift, because the gift, it's not something that one can, we can conceptualize. We are all connected. We are all one. That's a big picture. Everybody can say it. But to really observe, to really see the connection between us, to really see how everything is so united, and only us in our consciousness, we are disconnected from each other because we see someone different than us, or they do something different than us, they are not part of the group. This week is a whole unification, like scientifically everybody know, all the trees around the world are unified in an underground, right? Underneath a system of communication. Water, all the water of the world connected in a lower level, they are super connected. All the oceans are connected. All the wells connected. We know that we can prove that. But human being, no, they live in China and these guys live in South America. What's the connection? It's beyond the connection that you think physically, that the trees are connected, that the water are connected. The connection of humanity, it's a superpower of humanity, that there's an evil force that doesn't want humanity, human being, to know our unified connection, because once we know that, we can eliminate all negativity from the world in a second. So our power is not by the individual. Our power is with each individual adding those powers to a unified force. And again, this is a big picture of what was downloaded, historically, and what we can connect together today, what needs to be awakened. Now again, we're sitting here, we are numbers of people watching and listening. If each one of us will think about, right now, we have, it can be 100 people, it can be 200 people. Think right now on as many as people as you can to spread this type of energy, to spread this type of consciousness. How many would you think? How many would come to mind in that moment, right? Very limited numbers, as opposed to the real connection is not by me knowing exactly who are connected to me or not. It's to know that on a human level, our human superpower is with the unity. And that unity is exposed this week, every year. This week, there's a download and another layer of unity, of a unison between the souls of all of us. Not the physical body, not the common ground, not the industry relationship. No. They doing this, I doing that. That's nothing to do with what we're talking about. What we want to download today, what is being coming to our planet right now, is the understanding of the complete connection between all of us. And I'm not talking about just like I think about somebody and they're calling me. That's become a norm for all of us. I'm talking about having a full conversation with this conversation we're talking right now with the rest of the world, with 7 billion people listening to us right now. Yeah, but Benjamin, you don't have 50 million followers, so it's not that strong. That's the illusion. That's the illusion. I have one person over here. He's connected to the rest of the world. That's it. One person. Connected to all the souls of the world. I don't care if they didn't hear it physically. You have to understand, sometimes when you need to hear something physically or something in this world, it started long time ago. Then the moment appear. So first of all, we need to awaken the cosmic beauty of all of us. The cosmic unification between us. Then people will start seeing it slowly, slowly. Because we all learn. We all learn and we all, I'm so sorry about my French, right? But we all dumb in that level. Why? Because we know when chaos comes, when catastrophe hits, we're all running to be with each other. We're all running to help each other. It's immediate. Like people running to help each other. People running to unify with each other in times of chaos. We don't want to wait for that. We don't need that. Slowly, we want to bring as many as people as we can to this type of consciousness. So now, speaking in this big picture, Moses, in this week's energy, he's building a device. He's building a device, an unheard of device. That been, by the way, we're reading about it for the last 3 different readings, 3 different portions in different ways. So why now again the third reading in this portion Vayakhel, and Moses gathering all the congregation? That's the way it started. And what did he do? He told them to rebuild the tabernacle, an ark, building an ark, where, I don't know if some of you know, and some of us even religiously were connected to a religion or know about it. That's how it started the churches, right? That's how it started all the synagogues. All the gathering together started from this week's energy. But of course, they gather all together, and Moses says, you need to bring all of them together. Community. And again, this is the code. The code is unity. The energy of unity is not literally just to bring them together. But there was an ark that was built, and that device had to be used as a channel to this world. And that device meant to bring weekly protection from the evil who wants to insert himself to this reality. Like we spoke about, 2 weeks ago about the planet Jupiter, right? There is an assigned guardian planet, Jupiter, that all what he does, he's protecting our planet from being destroyed by asteroids and by rocks and stuff, right? That's what he does. And we don't know about it. I expose that power to you. Probably some of you know, some of you don't know. But there is an assigned guardian angel. It's called Jupiter. It's a planet, right? You don't see it. You don't wake up in the morning and think about it, right? But he thinks about you. That is what is available for us on a weekly level. This is once a year you get that protection, of course, to a connection to it. This is what we're learning, is a weekly protection that comes to this world. So Moses built this device called Mishkan, or the Aron, the ark. And within that ark is what we know, there is a Torah, a scroll, that is written, a story on it. What is the story? Right? When we learn every week, if you come every week, or if you go back to listen, we take in the story and we chop that and we stripped it down and connecting with the wisdom to see what is the message for us today. And this Torah is in that ark. And every week comes people going to a synagogue or going to a church, whatever it is, and they taking from the ark that holy item, and they read from that. Now, to tell you that everybody know what is that all about, or the people who sitting there and going there and listen to it know what it's all about, without the wisdom of Kabbalah, I can tell you myself and many others that I know have no clue about it. Without this wisdom. So what Moses is downloading for us in this week, if you know that every week this portion that I'm talking about was assigned from the moment of creation. It's not today, it's not historical that somebody write about what Moses did some 3,000 years ago. No. It was already assigned from the moment of creation that every week that we're going to read that portion of Vayakel, for the rest of life, it has and consistent within it to bring down the power of unity between us. The acknowledgement, the understanding, the connection between us. Second, right? We need to know there are forces that has to be forces of negativity, of evil, that wants to defeat this type of a mission of bring and unified all of us as human beings. Those forces, every single day, want to destroy that connection by inserting separation between us. Very simple. Separation, judgment, space between us. That is what that force is all about. And all what we need to bring is that unison between us. Every week, that reading that is appear, what we call in the Torah is hora'ah, is a path, right? When you read, let's say for example, a person goes and they're opening the ark and they're bringing this Torah. What end up happening? Somebody's reading, everybody's listening. Now, majority of the people don't even know what they connected to. But we should know what is available every week for all of us. You know the consciousness, but you also need to know what is that tool, what is this device that Moses created, and and the power right now is today, this week, we can harness that. It's a protection shield. It's like, you remember when I spoke to you about like this iron dome, right? It's a protection shield from evil. Every single week, when there is available in the reading that we have. Every time that we want to connect to the protection shield, we need to insert ourselves in the people. By yourself, not going to work. By myself, I don't get to be protected like that. From now, as Moses instructed, that the unity between us make that tool available to protect more of us. So even though you're not worthy, or you're worthy more, or you're pure or less pure, right? You're still in the same group. So how is it possible that, let's say you have 100 people in the community, right? 5 of them are pure, 10 of them are not pure. But they're sitting in the same room. How is it working that they can sit together and enjoy the same unity, because one working so much on themselves and one is just showing up, and they gain that protection and they gain that, because this is the idea. In a unified way, we are not supposed to judge who's doing more or less, right? We need to do as much as we can for the sake of the group, for the sake of the world. And therefore, Moses created that device that can download for all of us. Every week when the reading is happening, you need to know what's happening. You get a download of a new software to your system. You get a download. You're not there, it's not happening to you. You are on an iOS 13. You're not on an iOS 20 now, or the 2.0 version of you. Every week, you get upgrades. Not your phone once in a while giving you a big chunk. No, this is every week. You gain and download, and that download of software allow you to work faster. Now you don't need to use so much memory. Now this system allows you to work faster, to accumulate information much quicker, to understand things in a much piercing way, and to see the unity. You're not longer working alone. You are united with the rest of the world. This is what is Moses doing this week. And this is what we've been given for every week of the year. But it starts this week. It's the Mishkan, is finalizing the building of that device. And this is, where is that device? It's not somewhere in Israel or in the desert. It's something inside of us that you need to activate that Mishkan. You need to activate that ability. How? Very simple. Moses says that we need to rebuild everything. Why? Because the people that built it the first time, they were what we call Erev Rav. They were mixed emotion people, right? They were like, they were a little bit involved and engaged with evil thoughts and evil energy. Limitation. These are the people that build that device. So the Creator tells Moses, listen, I'm not going to allow that device to be used because it's limited in its power, because the people that touch it, that helped to build it, they were involved. They were too involved. Their ego was too much there. They didn't have the right consciousness. So therefore, we need to rebuild it with the people, or different people. Now, this is the idea of what he's saying. That's why when Moses says, Vayakel et kol adat, and Moses gathered all the community, it's called Adah. Adah is community, but it's the word Da'at. The word Da'at is the word, he gathered the consciousness of everybody. He brought them to the level of consciousness that they need to be. Because if you, this week, know how you united with the people that you don't like, I think you're going to think about them differently. By you knowing that the boss that you don't like, you are a soulmate with them, you will change your perspective of how you talk to them. If you know that if you want children, it's dependent on how you're going to treat the neighbor, you will treat the neighbor differently. Because his light is what you're missing in order to have children tomorrow. We don't know the system, how it works. We don't know that the person that I blocked in a driveway is the person that blocks me, right? Because I blocked them. What is the connection, Benjamin? This is physical. Yes. We are in the playing field of the 1%, we call it, the physical. But that's where we're playing the game. But the real connection is that if I know that if I block that person's driver, it's nothing to do with the driveway. It's nothing to do with that. It's like me and them have a disconnect. That's why I think I can block their driveway. But in the real world, in the 90%, in the spiritual reality, we are so united. And I should care not to block that, because that blocks my energy. And what I need tomorrow to close a deal. So because last night I blocked somebody, this morning the deal is blocked. The meeting is canceled. You have to understand, this is how it works. We don't really see the unification between us. Therefore, we can treat each other the way we want, based on our need, or based on our desires. But again, this is what you want this week. every day, please show me the unification between us, between those souls, between the people connected to me. And again, if you would know that your soul is connected and responsible for 20 million souls. 20 million souls connected to you. And now when you're listening to this class right now, they're enjoying that light. Imagine what power it is. Yeah, but Benjamin, I don't have them on my Instagram follower. That doesn't mean a thing. Don't fall to that illusion. Understand soul connection and understand the unity between us. This is what is very important, elevated consciousness. Then we have to acknowledge the little issue that we have in the spirituality. There's a little problem in spirituality. Little problem. In general, if you look around, and again, I'm involved in this work for probably close to 30 years. And I've been through different types of problems with spirituality, right? But the major one is that the world is not really appreciating so much spiritual people. The world in general is not really appreciating the spiritual world, or even believe so much in the spiritual power, or even understand that there is something beyond the physicality, let alone that's already disconnect. What is the problem with that? The problem is that there is no much value that is being put on spiritual connections. Therefore, the help and the protection from the spiritual world is not coming. Let me say it again. If there is no much, let's say for example, if I tell you you want to buy a Bitcoin. I don't know, it's just worth like, I don't know, whatever, $50,000, $100,000, right? I tell you you wanna buy a Bitcoin for $1. You get a full Bitcoin for $1. What are you gonna tell me? Oh yeah, even if I don't believe in Bitcoin, $1, it's worth it for me. Give it to me. Here, $1. And you got $100,000 worth of coins, whatever it is. Can you imagine? What a bargain. Wow, what an amazing bargain, right? Or for example, gold. Baal Shem Tov used the example of gold. He says, if the value of gold is like every brick of gold is $100, whatever, or an ounce of gold is $100. Now, let's say they tell you, oh, by the way, buy gold because tomorrow gold will be $200. So right now, you buy more into it because you know the value tomorrow will grow. My friend, I'm here to tell you the secret. Tomorrow, the value of spirituality is about to be rising way, way more than what you think. And I'm warning you, don't left behind. Step up your game. Be connected. Because tomorrow, when you want the power, when you want the protection, you're going to get exactly the same way you value it yesterday. I think I don't need to repeat it again. But I'm telling you, like you predict the stock market, you know, oh, now they're going to make a move, so I should buy that stock. Everybody does it. I'm telling you, I'm the stock market of spirituality, right? I recommend to you to connect to unity this week. Now again, I'm saying it with smile. I'm saying it with love, gratitude, and I'm saying it with so much love and care for the world and for our people. Why? Because I know tomorrow we will need the protection for the world. And you're not going to get it because the way you put the value on spirituality, the spiritual world cannot protect you because you not value it right. Please, today, every single day, first of all, if you are here, if you're listening to this class, and maybe in a year from now or 2 years from now, I don't know, it's going to be online. You can listen to it. Who knows? But please, every single day, work on elevating the value of the spiritual world, the value of spirituality in your life, way more than physicality, way more than the physical appearance of things, how it look like. Start, obviously, in your consciousness. Start there. Second, what you're going to do is something else. Again, first is to know that the value of the spirituality need to rise up. Why? Because tomorrow you will need that protection, and the spiritual world won't give it to you the same way. It's because you value it to the degree of your value to that degree it can help you, protect you, and give you messages and influence. So how do I connect to that? What do I need to do? I recommend this week, like what Moses did. Moses took every person that was engaged with the building of that ark, building of that Mishkan, and they were involved and engaged, and they had a little evil inside. This is what we need to do. One, find where in your life you have evil, and not evil that other people bring. Your own evil. How do the little evil thoughts, devilicious plans, like a little bit nobody saw, like a little evil, you insert it into a certain situation. Boom, a little bit. Find that and remove that from your system. I'm done with this. I'm taking it out. This week I'm taking this out of my system. No longer that evil. Because a spot of evil today, it's a habitat for evil, a larger evil tomorrow. You need to know that. That's why, when they're talking about cancer or they're talking about any infection, it's never start and spread, boom, like crazy. Because you never know. It might be there 20 years, 30 years, and just appear now, right? When people get divorced, or all of a sudden he cheated, or she left. Why? It's not all of a sudden. It's there for years. It's just appear in that moment right now. So please understand that if you find out a spot, a dot, a little evil that you think it's insignificant, yes, it is insignificant today, but it sits there and it becomes a habitat to grow and attract more to it and become a bigger problem. 2 is to change your environment. Insert yourself in a different environment that you are surrounded with, and if those people have evil within them, it will be spread to you. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to do, The evil people in our life need to step away. You need to separate yourself from them because it's not helping you. Yeah, but I'm there to help them. No. If they're not helping themselves, no one can help them. So, and people in your environment that have evil, that is clearly an evil person, step away. People who have lack of certainty or not believing in anything, right? Step away. People who are engaged or involved in everything, and they have what I spoke last time, I know consciousness. Every time you're telling them something, I know. Meaning no interest, no growth, nothing comes to their system. Stay away. Don't make so much effort with this. It's the evil forces put you there with them. So you will be totally separated. Please These are very important. Every dot, every black spot right now can be spread like infection later on. So we want to start working on it and create what we call another layer, another level of unity between us. Create a connection, create a conversation, create a community, engage in conversation about greater picture. Engage with conversation about influence in a better way. Engage in conversation, how else we can help the world? What else can we help? Engage with giving. Only that way you can elevate the spiritual value of who you are. Because if you understand your spiritual value, and if you understand the value of spirituality, now it can be used as a tool to give you protection and obviously upgrade your system to work faster. Chaos that would take a year to solve, you solve it in a week. Pain that you drag for 6 months and in 2 days. Any pain, any difficulty at work that might last 30 days, you in 3 minutes solve the problem. This is the difference of what I'm talking about, the operation system. This is the software that you're downloading. Solving a problem that you didn't know how I'm going to solve it in an instant. When you have those spiritual powers. When you raise, when there is erech, when there is a value to your spiritual work and your spiritual life, now they can give you the upgrade that you need. And again, should be our unity, should be our agenda. To understand, to connect, and to be able to awaken that. So this is for this week, and just want to keep you on a simple level over here, but very deep. This is very, very deep consciousness to have. I hope that we can listen to it again and again and connect to it. Thank you so much.